guys really think I wasn't going to be a completionist and bring you here? Welcome to the Alton Bay Seaplane Base and Ice Runway. We are at the southernmost tip of Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, and we are standing right in front of the lower 48's only ice runway, as in the only place you can land on ice in the United States that is not Alaska. It's famous. It's very busy today. We had a break in the weather. It's kind of a nice day. You can see lots of activity behind me. We're going to take a look, check it out, and see if we can catch some planes coming in and going. If you guys watched my last vlog, we went to the New Hampshire Aviation Museum and touched on this a little bit, and I thought, you know what? Really got to check this out. Such a unique New Hampshire thing, such a fun winter activity, and you can see it's just bustling with activity today. We have never seen this ourselves because they have not had this last few years. It has to be, you know, thoroughly frozen on the lake here, and during the rest of the year seaplanes do take off and land. Look, we've got one going, getting ready to go. But it did open this year because it's been a doozy of a classic New England winter, so everybody's happy, everybody's out here, and they've had record numbers of planes taking off and landing. Yesterday I heard that over 80 planes actually took off from this ice runway, so I think a lot of people taking advantage of it. And if I had a small plane, I would definitely, you know, seek this out. I think it's fun. You can see I'm getting some help down there directing him, and he's going to take off on the ice runway. And seaplanes have been landing here since the 1940s. They did start using this as an ice runway in the 1960s. Just such a cool, unique thing. I was like, oh, we've got to check it out. And the whole drive here was very pleasant. It's exactly an hour from our house to this point. And it was a beautiful drive. We saw a ton of snowmobiles, people fueling up their snowmobiles at gas stations, coming off of trails, and people just out and about all over the place. Pretty much the entire drive we saw people on snowmobiles, out enjoying a nice day. It is cold when the wind blows, but relatively warmer compared to what it's been. You can see it's cold enough that people are walking and landing planes. Now over here, a plane did just crash about an hour ago, and they're gonna have to get a tow to get it out. You can see the wing is broken, the propeller's broken, so that's really too bad. But this guy over here is having success. I'm just worried that by the time I walk down there, if I get down there, you guys won't see it, but there they go. We did go in a different parking lot first, and it was so snow-ridden I actually got stuck. So we moved over to this side of the lake. I'm on Lake Winnipesaukee. I can't believe I am walking on Lake Winnipesaukee with airplanes on my left and snowmobiles on my right. I really think I would be standing on the lake. Of course, this is New England's largest lake, Lake Winnipesaukee. It's huge. There's darling little towns around it. It's a place that gets busy in the summer with visitors. You can see through the summer. And I wonder if anybody comes and has like little planes that I wonder if any celebrities do. Probably. Either way, very cool. So I was saying, it's a popular place. Lake Winnipesaukee is great for the New Hampshire economy. People boat and fish and water ski and have party barges and stuff. And during the winter, they fly on and off of it. This is just crazy, you guys. Whoa, here we go. This is not your average tarmac crew here. Look at this. Very, very unique. Did I mention the elephant in the room? Snowmobiles were invented here in New Hampshire. See, we do have some serious iceage, which I will not be walking on. Much better to walk on the powdery stuff. That's really too bad. Someone had a bad day. Coming in hot over here. People out enjoying the beautiful state, enjoying the sun. It's awesome. Fathom that I'm walking on the lake. Crazy. Remember that I'm originally from Los Angeles. And I don't think I'm in LA anymore, Toto. Yeah. Warning, active runway. Gosh. Not your average active runway. This is just... I hope I'm capturing this well. It's amazing. Danger, thin ice. Yeah, I guess so. That's the no-go zone. Yeah, so in the summer, this is usually like teeming with people in sun hats and, you know, eating ice cream. It's a great family place. People come from all over. A lot of people have vacation homes here. Some full-time residents. Lots of towns around it. It is a huge lake, like I said. Of course, there are museums and things, but New England, winter, nothing's open, even though people would probably go in them at this point because there's a lot of people out. My regular old New England gripe, nothing's open. We really like the Wright Museum of World War II. That's a cool one. There's like a boating museum, a lake museum, all closed for the season. Gosh, you guys, when the wind blows. And I'm in an ice patch. Better pay attention. Gazebo out here in the middle of the lake. This would all be deep, deep water, you guys. We are not walking on land. Closer look at the runway for you guys. Okay. This is as close as we can get at this point. See, it's like solid ice. Hence the ice runway vernacular. You guys feel comfortable landing or taking off on an ice runway? I would. I think it'd be cool. Again, I have crazy, wicked bad vertigo, but I am not afraid of flying. I've helicoptered in Maui. I've been on Cessnas, seaplanes in Alaska, big jets, little jets, puddle jumpers, and everything in between, and absolutely love it. I am the type of person that actually would get a pilot's license. That would be amazing. Not that I have the time. Not that I'm going to. But I'll tell you what, might be safer than driving. Guys that see my Instagram, again, that _history check on Instagram, you guys. Give it a follow. I put extra stuff on there and I keep everybody in the loop. But if you guys are on that, you would have seen that last Tuesday, the boys and I were just out and about running errands, and we were on I-95, it's the major highway, goes north to south. We were headed from our house, just running errands, going to the grocery store and whatnot, and it's a 4-lane highway there. We were in the second to the left lane, and all of a sudden, a 4-foot long, 3-foot wide piece of ice came off of a truck ahead of us like this and hit my car. Now, it was bizarre. So I try to explain to people like this. It happened super fast. There was nothing I could do. At the same time, it was like a very strange slow motion because I can still see, and I've replayed it in my head a million times. We were a bit traumatized for a few days. We've calmed down now as we've been kind of dealing with things and dealing with the car, which is in the shop. But to see a large piece of ice coming towards your vehicle and there's nothing you can do about it was insane. So the one piece came and cracked my windshield, completely spider webbed it out, and to the point where glass, like we could hear it breaking even on the inside, and pieces started coming onto the dashboard. Super scary. And then a second piece came off of that same truck, hit the hood of my car and put a ginormous dent, peeled the paint up, put a crease in the middle of my hood, and then a second piece, a smaller one, came and hit the other side of the windshield. So it was very, very bad. My boys called 911, got a state trooper there. We pulled over. The guy didn't pull over, but we were able to, well, the trooper, who was wonderful. Props to Trooper Pete, New Hampshire Highway Patrol. Awesome, super nice. Very, very patient with me and helped us feel calm and was very kind. And I have to say that for such a horrible incident, everybody from our insurance, fantastic, the tow people, the shop we've been dealing with, the state trooper, everybody has been really great. So that's one thing. But we pulled over into a parking lot. They were like, ma'am, you need to pull over, you need to pull over. I was like, I'm not pulling over on the highway. And they were like, ma'am, you really should pull over. And I think I was in shock, but I also, like, it's dangerous to pull over on the highway. And there was some snow and ice on the road, so I was more concerned about that. And I just knew I could pull over, and I remained very calm. And then it kind of hit me later. So when the state troopers came over and said, ma'am, you know, usually these outcomes aren't so good and you're very, very lucky to be alive and uninjured, it kind of hit me, and I felt honestly physically sick. I think just the realization that, like, yeah, like we could have / almost died. It really just hit me, and we were like, whoa. And people keep telling me that. The auto shop guy was like, ma'am, the manager called me, he's like, you know, you guys are really lucky. I'm like, yeah, we're really blessed and very, very grateful that we're here to tell the tale, and it was just the car and it can be fixed. So yeah, fun as snow and ice can be. And I guess that's my segue to say then maybe the friendly skies is the way to go. Maybe I should get a pilot license. I could just fly around. Imagine the vlogs I could do. I don't know. Kay, what do you think? Should I get a pilot license? Maybe. He said maybe. So the car's in the shop. It'll be ready either tomorrow or Tuesday. And it's going under comprehensive insurance, so I don't have to pay a dime. It's going to be taken care of. They already have the new glass in. They're just doing some finishing touches on the hood. They got it all painted and everything, so hopefully it looks good. It's all guaranteed. It's been pretty good situation, all things considered. And again, I'm just very grateful that God was looking out for us, and it wasn't my time to go. So that's something. We are still a little bit like freaked out. It's a little weird. Oh, and I do have a rental car right now too. Even though Kay has a car, we're like, sure, because we get, you know, we could have it up to 30 days. I'm gonna give it back when I pick up my car, just because I like my car and I'm used to it, and I'm kind of a creature of habit that way. But yeah, we have a car, we're all taken care of, everything's good. But, you know, first couple times we went out, we were like, okay. And now when I see a truck, if it has ice or snow on it, I stay way, way, way back. Not really something I thought about before. I mean, there's laws here, they're supposed to prevent that. It is against the law, it is criminal to keep snow and ice on the top of your vehicle, yet you see lots of idiots out there doing it, so. And when the state trooper called me back that night, told me that he tracked down the guy with the company, because my son got a good picture of the truck and the license plate number. He said that 5 minutes after he left helping us, he got a call from another lady. Her damage wasn't as bad, but same Highway 95 going north, she had a shattered windshield. So it is happening, and it's kind of one of the hazards of New England winter. So I hope everybody, no matter where you are, you're all staying safe. We've got this guy here kind of circling the wagon, so we're not sure if he's going to land. Hopefully we can capture another one. Got the one taken off. It'd be cool to catch one landing. So remember when I hinted to you guys that we are going to be going on a fun trip soon in the aeroplane, and that it was someplace far away, and I wasn't telling you guys, but it's someplace we'd always wanted to go. So that trip is going to be coming up in early April, the first week of April, and really looking forward to that. We also have lots of other fun things planned. Again, Patriots Day is almost here, and Maple Weekend is in a couple weeks.
We're closed for the day. No more planes coming in.
Ooh. All right. Guys, did you guys hear that? He said no more planes coming in. So that's a wrap. At least we got to see the one taking off. Pretty cool. I guess somehow they communicate, even though there's obviously no air traffic control tower here. Yeah, so Maple Weekend coming soon in a couple weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of road trips planned, lots of extended road trips too. Like, we have big plans to go all over the place, not just in New England, soon. Like, as the weather improves and things open up, we'll be out there hitting the road. which is what we always do. This time you guys will just be joining me, so we're super excited about all of that. We were just commenting that it's very odd walking and like seeing all this white kind of messes with my vision. I have really sensitive, if you guys wonder why I'm always wearing sunglasses, I have really sensitive gray eyes, and what can I say, I'm just a delicate wildflower, and I have like some depth perception issues and stuff too, but yeah, all this white, it's like super bright and it kind of goes into each other, and I'm trying to pay attention to where the ice is, so it's weird to walk on. So kind of what you guys do when like a plane is coming in, what your role is.
Our role is to just control stuff on the ground, to try to help the aircraft maneuver to their parking spaces, make sure we usually have somebody, there's an intersection over there, just like a traffic officer, trying to keep everybody clear of the intersection. So that's typically all we do. Sometimes we give advisories when there's aircraft above. Sometimes this parking area will get full, so we let them know that, so they know they can't come and land because there's no place to park.
Yeah. And what about maintaining kind of the ice runway? What does anybody do? I mean, yours kind of just taking care of itself.
The maintenance is really snow removal. That's about the only maintenance there is, because we don't do anything to put a texture on the ice or anything. Yeah. So.
And NHDOT kind of falls under that. Yeah.
NHDOT. Yep. This is a state-owned public use airport.
That's so cool. How long have you been doing this?
I was hired by Aeronautics in 21.
All right.
So I started the first winter I was out here was early in 22, January of 22.
And it's been probably an exciting year because you took a few off. It wasn't cold enough. There just wasn't enough ice.
Yep, we didn't open in 23 or 24. 24 we could have, but it would have been for such a short time. It's a lot of work, so we didn't bother to set it up. Again,
there's how much ice right now?
There is 23 inches.
And you need a minimum of?
12.
12, okay.
And people think that's for the airplanes, but it's not. We plow with pickups, and we need 12 inches of ice to support 10,000-pound trucks.
The weight of the trucks.
Airplanes only weigh 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. So.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, thank you very much for that. Apparently the guy that crashed over there had problems with his landing gear. So Kay was right. That's kind of, he had a rough approach and then it lost his landing gear and crashed. And they were saying too that it is not New Hampshire's responsibility to get the guy out or anything. They'll have to tow it at their own expense and figure it out. So yeah, we were just saying that, you know, it's very safe. They very few crash. That is definitely the exception, not the rule. And I shared with him about what happened to my car the other day, and he's like, oh yeah, driving a lot more dangerous than flying. I'm like, yeah. So oh, the irony. Everybody here kind of involved in this has been super nice. Definitely a history chick adventure. Wow. And getting back up that slippery hill was an adventure in and of itself. I'm on bare pavement now, off the lake. I have to remember that I have a rental so I don't look for the wrong car. Don't you hate that when you have like a different car and you're like looking and you're like, oh no, I don't have that car. It happens to me all the time. Like even if I drive his car, I'll be looking for mine. It doesn't work. Okay, back in the cozy car. I think we're gonna go down and show you a little bit more of like Lake Winnipesaukee. Get off of kind of just the bay here and show you some more. So that's what we're gonna go do. It's pulled over for a minute at this stop here. Because there's a really cool lookout with a nice view. Thought I would give you guys a better look here. Came down the road a little bit. This is all the lake. Look how frozen it is. And back that way, we did see a lot of ice fishing houses out there. Now, my mom in her younger years grew up in Michigan, and my grandpa, we call Papa, he was this like 6'4", very tall, very ginger-haired veteran of the Second World War, and he was kind of a Renaissance man. He was a beautiful artist. He designed some of the art for the sides of planes during the war. He made his own stamps, loved to sketch and draw mills across the country and covered bridges, and he loved to ice fish, and he would go out in Michigan in the little shack, drill the hole, and sit there and ice fish. And honestly, I never understood it. It does not appeal to me. I mean, I guess because these are the conditions, and if you're gonna fish, this is what you got to work with. But I say, wait for sun. What do you guys think? Do you live anywhere where there's ice fishing? Would you go ice fishing? Do you think that it's an appealing idea? I don't know. I mean, people bring heaters in there, set up shop, you know, have a little lunch, a little wine and dine in, get your fish. I don't know. I think it's a little... Papa did a lot of cool things. A man of many talents. I miss him dearly. Ice fishing? I don't know. Lots of people do it. I guess don't knock it till you've tried it, but... Boy, though, it's beautiful. And it's like 25 degrees, not snowing, and the roads are clear, so... What more could you ask for on a New Hampshire winter's day? Alright, I think we're going to go a little more down the road and see what more we can see. 2065, apparently this time capsule is going to be opened. You're probably wondering where we are. So, fun story. After the overlook on Lake Winnipesaukee, we kept driving and we're like, oh, we don't need the GPS. We know where we are. We'll just go this way and take a scenic way home, and it'll put us out on the highway and it'll be great. But we got a little not lost. We weren't lost. We were just like a little turned around, and it wasn't quite as easy as we thought it was going to be. Whatever. Then there was like some kind of weird accident, like a truck over the highway. So going should have taken like 5 minutes where we ended up, kind of like to get back on the highway, took like 30 minutes. So at that point we're like, okay, and we wound up way north and way over. And I'm like, oh, I still never filmed the outro. So I decided, why not stop, because it wasn't that far off the highway, at the New Hampshire State House, our capital. Of course, brought you here a couple times before, but it's looking lovely in the snow. And wanted to stretch my legs, and it was nice to get out. Also, I wear this little wind mic I've been wearing that I like, and I've been really happy with the quality of the sound coming from it. And it was here it is, cold and windy out on the ice before, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to bring it. At some point, because I had more layers on before because it was so cold, I don't know, I didn't realize until I got back in the car after stopping the second time. I'm like, where's my mic? I thought it was still on me, and I couldn't find it, and I thought I had lost it on the ice. And in the car I kind of pulled over, and I was like, oh, it was like way down in my sweater, between my neck warmer and sweater and coat, because I was wearing it with the heavy magnet it comes with, and it had slid way down. The magnet piece is missing. We can order another one. It's like not expensive or anything like that, no big deal. But the problem is, I don't know at what point it decided to leave the top of my sweater, and I'm really hoping that I didn't miss a bunch of audio when I was talking to the guy from the Department of Transportation out on the ice runway, and when I was kind of walking around, because I really, really, really don't want to have to voice over all that. Of course, it's always nicer when it's natural and it's just in the moment. If I do have to, I will end up doing that, and I'll let you guys know. But I'm hoping that it's fine, and that is not what happened, and that I'm good to go. I'm hoping it just happened when I got in the car or something. I don't know, but I'm about 50-50 on that, so we'll find out when we get home. Kay had never seen the new Christina McAlfee statue here. I think I brought you guys and showed you when it was just installed. It's been here a few months. Of course, she was on the Challenger that went down. She was the school teacher from New Hampshire. And there it is. What do you think? Nice.
The day they stopped airing the space shuttle launches at school.
Oh, I know. I remember being in school, and like they rolled out the TV on the cart, and they're like, okay, kids. And it was like, oh, yeah.
The day it all ended.
Yeah, it is. That was crazy. That was always the best, though, when the teacher would wheel out the cart. You like knew you were going to watch something, and it was fun. But that was not fun. That was terrible tragedy. And apparently she was a great lady. Like, everything I hear from around here, she was a really great lady, awesome member of the community. One of the teachers chosen to go, and I can't imagine like the school and her students and everything. It must have been quite the thing here. But I remember it well. I was living in California at the time, but I remember our teacher telling us all about it and what a tragedy it was. So it's nice that they're honoring her with that. And it has gotten a lot colder. Has it gotten colder? Because I don't have all my stuff on. I am freezing. I'm like shaking. Having a hard time steadying the camera. Oh my gosh, it's cold. So, you know, New Hampshire has a lot of firsts, onlys, things like that. And our state house here, the oldest in continuous operation, like in its original building. Kind of like how that was the only ice runway in the lower 48. So, you know, we're a little state with a low population, and I think a lot of people don't always necessarily think about New Hampshire, but I'm telling you, it's an amazing, amazing place. We love it. So many cool things. But no matter where you are, there is history. There's a replica of the Liberty Bell. I was so disappointed when I first saw the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, and I learned that Walt Disney was a liar because the Davy Crockett song that says that Davy Crockett patched up the crack in the Liberty Bell. False. Yes, history is very much alive. It's everywhere. I encourage you to go find it. I am that history chick, and like Patrick Henry, I know no way of judging the future by the past. It's cold. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. So many fun things coming up. Take care, you guys. Out. So pretty. Makes me so angry. We just saw a big truck with a mass plate with a giant sheet of ice on top of it. Like, what the heck? And you know, going back to my incident, if it had been my son in his little car, or an old person in a little car, or someone else's kid in a little car, might not have been the outcome that I had. And the shop guy said, you know, part of the reason I fared so well is because I had a nice big Volkswagen, and they're very good, safe. And I'm like, yeah, it's my 5th Volkswagen. Just saying. I love them. They've been good to me. And, I mean, I thank God for protecting me, but I do think that what you drive makes a difference too. Anyways, my point is, remove the snow and ice from your cars. Crying out loud. Also, it's taking forever to get home. Behind me is the White Mountains, and do you guys know what is in the White Mountains? Skiing. And they do this crazy thing here in New England. Kids get winter break. So they already had like Christmas winter break. Every year in February, is it 1 or 2 weeks?
1 week.
They get a week. They get a week off to go skiing. All the New England states. And I mean, it's good for the economy. It's great for the ski lifts, and it is a big part of people's lives here. It's not like you're required to ski. Not everyone skis, but it's a big part of it. So all the skiers in the White Mountains behind us are headed home. We see a lot of Massachusetts plates. So they're all on the same highway. It's opened up now, but we were like bumper to bumper. So yeah, just going back to, you know, that's snow and ice. It sometimes provides runways, sometimes provides recreation, and makes for traffic. It should not make for a sheet of ice on top of your car, however. So be safe, be well. Now imagine, like, see this guy here? He's good. He removed the snow and ice from his car. But let's say for a second that he didn't. So I'm driving like this, and boom, it flies at me. That's how it was. Like, I was in a lane like that. It was a 4-lane highway. It was the 95. This is the 101. But it came off a truck that size. And my vehicle is similar. So this is a Toyota RAV4. I drive a Tiguan, but similar size. It just, boom. So you guys can imagine. And Kay just told me that a couple months ago, he was on this road and almost lost control in his Subaru Outback. So even in safe cars, the weather, you know, you gotta really pay attention. And from now on, I'm always looking above, not just on the roads. And you have to, because not everybody follows the rules. And the other frustrating thing is that, you know, there's these rollers that those big trucks can drive under. They have them at the weigh stations, this is what the trooper said. And it takes the snow and ice right off. And some people are just too lazy to do it. I mean, you're also supposed to like climb your ladder and clear it, whatever it takes. I understand some people don't have garages, they don't have a place to park. It's a little more work, but you could save somebody's life. Lecture over. And my dog is eating snow.